Your name is Larry Lather. You've arrived in beautiful Lost Wages without luggage. The airline lost it. Without a hotel reservation, you forgot to get one. And without a clue, you've never had one. You exit the cab. The hot, dry air of Lost Wages hits you in the face, a feeling not wholly unfamiliar to you. After your cab ride, you may be low on funds, but you've got...
Look out, ladies. I'm finding love tonight.
It's a taxi call box.
Taxi! Taxi!
Lefty's fins taste like sweat and desperation. Oh, no, wait. That's you. You give the sidewalk a playful lick.
That's not bad. Tastes like rock, leather, and gum.
Nobody has dropped any change on the sidewalk. If you want money, you'll either have to sell yourself for sex or gamble.
So, let's get gambling.
Lefty's door is stout and thick, just like you.
Open sesame.
Nothing happens. Maybe you're thinking of that other game, Leisure Suit Larry and the Demon of Agrabah.
Taxi!
Like most inanimate objects and many animate ones, it refuses to converse with you. Like most inanimate objects, won't somebody think of the sanitation workers? You quickly check your fly by zipping it up and down a few times.
Zips up, zips down in an instant for easy access. Yeah, baby.
You befoul the door.
I couldn't help it. I have overeager bladder.
Peeing on the sidewalk is so last Tuesday.
Last Tuesday? Yeah, that was fun.
This is either your typical industrial dumpster or a repurposed photomat. This is where the sidewalk ends. Do we have to pay Shel Silverstein a royalty for that? You rummage around in the dumpster, but you don't see anything valuable aside from some cocktail shrimp that might still be edible.
That's good shrimp.
Yep, feels like your classic sidewalk end. You poke through the garbage cans looking for anything that could help you get the girls.
Look, it's a can of the same breath spray I use, and it's full. Why would anyone throw out a full container of breath spray? Doesn't make sense.
You throw out your existing half-empty can and replace it with the full one from the garbage. 'Cause hey, free breath spray.
Yeah, baby.
You rummage around and... You search the garbage again. First you find a can of breath spray, which you decide not to take since any filthy slob could have put it in his mouth.
Whoa, it's a wallet, and it looks the same as mine, only newer.
You transfer everything from your old wallet to the one you just found. 'Cause hey, free wallet.
Yeah, baby.
You poke through the garbage cans looking for anything that'll help you find true love, or a reasonable facsimile thereof.
Nothing in here but an old wallet and a can of breath spray. But my fingers smell like garbage, so there's that.
Who are you kidding? You can't even see that window from here. You can't reach the pipe. It would take a tornado to knock down this fence, and the tornadoes are all busy harassing trailer parks. Who are you kidding? You can't even see that. That window appears to lead to the second floor of Lefty's. How's anyone supposed to find this place with such a small, dim sign?
Now, where have I smelled that aroma before? Oh, right. They usually call it 11 herbs and spices.
Tłumaczenie bardzo się pokrywa.
You lick the garbage can, then you lick it 3 or 4 more times just to make sure.
Yep, without a doubt, the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted.
It smells like someone's buried beneath the sidewalk. Let's not investigate further. Who are you kidding? You can't taste or smell those pipes from here, but trust us, you're not missing that much. If you could taste it from here, it would taste like cigarettes and sex. Lefty's has a nice outdoorsy smell. It must be that little air freshener that used to hang in the bathroom. You try your best, but your attempt at writing "Larry was here" in urine on the side of the dumpster really doesn't hold up to the existing artwork. Who are you kidding? You can't even... Larry, remember that mental checklist you're supposed to review anytime you start to unzip your pants? Larry, remember that mental... Do you really need to go? Or are you just looking for excuses to air it out? Larry, remember... You'll have to get closer. You deliberately scrape your finger on the sidewalk because it feels so good when you stop. Poking the giant Lefty. Is that what they're calling it now? Carrying around a 12-foot neon sign that says hotel would be a dead giveaway to the ladies. Lefty's Hotel charges by the hour, but the average stay is under 10 minutes. This sign identifies the bar as Lefty's, where people drink liberally. This sleazy bar gives you the creeps. Fortunately, the creeps are all ignoring you. Whoever decided that darts is the perfect game for drunks deserves a medal. This sleazy bar gives you the creep. Fortunately, the creeps are all... One of Lefty's conquests? You wonder how many Noggers had to give their all just to decorate this sleazehole. This sleazy bar fortunately... This sleazy bar... These video slot machines make it all too easy. At least when you had to pull a big handle, you got to work for your losses. This is the famous portrait, Mona Little Louder.
No tłumaczenie to wiesz, że to nie ma bezpośredniego tłumaczenia, ale no nie można kurwa wiesz no.
Gee, Dad, it's a Wurlitzer.
Something must be behind that door.
Nothing escapes your keen powers of deduction. It appears to be advertising something. These bottles are for display purposes only. All of Lefty's booze is actually distilled from local industrial runoff. He appears to be perverted, twisted, and sick. You instantly take a liking to him. This international bon vivant, Francois de Quitte, is one of Lefty's big investors. And
Wow, you're cool.
I know, right? It's almost too cool how cool I am, n'est-ce pas?
Ooh, and you speak Klingon, too.
No, I don't think so. No. If you look long enough.
Oh, could I? Oh, that's good.
Try this one. Je ne sais quoi. It means I don't know what.
Me neither.
If you look long enough, maybe you will absorb just a tiny bit of my sense of style, oui?
Oh, could I?
But of course.
Oh, that's good. I have to learn that. But of course.
Try this one. Je ne sais quoi. It means I don't know what.
Me neither.
The gentleman filling his face is Tom King, a regular at Lefty's and the kind of guy you love to have with you at the movies, so you don't have to talk to him for 2 hours.
Looking at me? Can't blame you, actually. I got that handsome, roguish look. It's a curse. But hey, you know what I mean, right?
Of course I do.
Yeah, I'm sure you know lots of handsome guys in my situation. Hey, play it again! You look at me all you want. It's free, and it's good for you. Cheers you up.
Thanks, Tom.
That's Jordan Lee. He's here frequently, and they say he shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Curiously, in Florida, Arizona, and Montana, just to watch him die is a valid legal defense against homicide.
Hey, loser! Wanna go get into some serious fucking trouble?
Hey! No.
That's a shame. I know some major going down tonight. It's gonna be awesome.
That sounds boss.
No, it doesn't.
Hey, getting into any trouble yet?
No, Mr. Lee. I think I'll try to avoid getting into trouble and try to have mostly just lovable misadventures.
Keep playing it safe, my friend. See where that gets you. Hey, getting into any trouble?
No, Mr. Lee.
Keep playing it safe, my friend.
He appears to be perverted, You instantly take a... He looks like someone from your distant past, but you just can't put your finger on him.
Good thing, too.
He looks like some...
Good thing, too.
What's a hot babe like that doing in a miserable, smelly, broken-down joint like this?
Hey, Bub, just keep that kind of narration to yourself.
What's a hot babe like that doing in a miserable, smelly, broken-down joint like this?
Hey, Bub, just keep that kind of narration to yourself.
Ej, Bob?
What's a hot babe like that doing in a miserable, smelly, broken-down joint like this?
Hey, Bub, just keep that kind of narration to yourself.
The one with the bottomless gut is Michael Hirschman. He's been coming to Lefty's for years, bending the elbow and running up a classically huge bar tab. He just paid it back, which is partly the reason Lefty's is open tonight.
Yeah? What's up? I was just looking for women.
Well, you're looking in the wrong place. It's pretty much a sausage fest here. I mean, I'm pretty, but not that pretty. You know what I mean?
I sure do.
No, you don't.
Sausage fest.
What do you keep looking at me for?
I can't help it, Michael. You look around, sometimes your eyes just happen to fall on another person while they're looking at you, and that's all. Doesn't that ever happen to you?
Nope. I keep my piercing gaze right on my prey. Then I strike without warning and quickly wrap her in an inescapable cocoon of patented Hirschman hypnotism.
Wow! Awesome underpinnings of a great relationship.
What do you keep looking at me for?
I can't help it, Michael. Doesn't that ever happen to you?
Nope.
Wow!
Hey, play it again.
It smells like people who end up hawking their valuables. This decor has no taste. Unfortunately, the painting isn't scratch and sniff, but you're not the first person to try. This decor has no taste. This decor, it tastes like that bulletin board you used to chew on in grade school.
Yeah,
It tastes like...
yeah, but I don't do that anymore. Thanks, Lithium.
This decor it tastes like somebody's been trying to wedge a moose through this thing. You take a deep whiff.
What is that aroma you're wearing? It's so familiar.
It's my new body spray, Axe Hole.
Ex-school. Ex-school.
Tom smells like cologne. Way, way too much cologne. Jordan smells like a lawsuit waiting to happen. He smells like loneliness. Maybe that's why he seems so familiar. She smells a little fishy. You wonder why.
It smells like a moose in heat. Not that I know what that smells like, of course. Seriously, I mean, how could I?
The instant you lean in close enough to smell him, you regret it. He smells of rancid cork. You inhale her scent.
I'm sorry to just blurt this out, but you smell absolutely incredible. It's as if your inner light is so serene and pure that your aura has its own sweet and almost hypnotic aroma.
I had tapioca for lunch.
Michael smells like Grecian formula. He probably doesn't want everyone to know that, though. It smells like burnt insulation. You can't reach it to taste it, but if you could, it would undoubtedly taste like horseshoe. I did say horseshoe, right? This decor has no taste. You tinkle a little in the corner of the room, just so you blend in with the regulars. Exposing your doodle in the vicinity of a dartboard is one of the most idiotic actions you can undertake in this game. And that's saying something. Then again, how likely is anyone to be able to hit a target of that size? Studies have failed to show any benefit from exposing your naughty bits to Naugahyde. You tinkle a little in the corner of the room. If you do that, it won't want to play with you anymore. You finally expose yourself to some fine art. Over the years, a few coin-operated machines have screwed you, but this is scarcely the time nor the place for you to seek revenge. Careful, you'll short-circuit yourself, and it's short enough already. You'll ruin the finish. You briefly, and for no apparent reason, flash Michael. He looks down at your setup.
Well, that's half your problem right there.
The whip-it-out suddenly approach has never worked for you, Larry. Not in any of the 40 or 50 times you tried it. Larry, have some decorum. You're in the presence of a master storyteller here. Lefty doesn't have time for any of your perverted contests. Given this guy's obvious taste for drama, why are you tempting fate? You stop before committing yourself to the act, as you have a feeling you'd end up on the losing end of the comparison. You drop trow and display yourself to poor Francois.
Whoa, please, cover up.
Are you blown away by my massive manhood?
Not at all. The glare is hurting my eyes.
You pick up Lefty's, but realizing that you have no place to put it, you gently set it back right where you got it. You pick up Lefty. You pick up Lefty. You pick up... pick up lefties, but you slip a buck into the jukebox and search for a suitably sleazy selection. You are in a dimly lit hallway. The peeling wallpaper gives the roaches something to watch. Clutter fills the room, and a filthy drunk wearing filthy clothes sits on the filthy floor, leaning his filthy back against the filthy wall. You try to pull up the rug. Not only doesn't it move, it's incredibly sticky as well. You shudder to think what's glued it to the floor.
Keep your hands off of me. For all I know, you've been touching one of them computer keyboards. Filthy, infectious things those are.
You prod the big guy.
That there's muscle, kid. 295 pounds of solid muscle.
It felt kind of squishy to me.
That's called muscle control.
You like the way that feels? Natural fibers. Women love natural fibers. Of course, it also helps to have exotic looks and the right facial hair. Now, I have exotic looks, and I have the right facial hair.
And a great opinion of yourself.
Chicks love confidence. An old man in a boat told me that once.
You run your finger up and down her knee.
Excuse me. Did I tell you you could touch me?
You said it with your eyes.
Next time, get confirmation from my mouth first. Okay, loser.
Oh, so there'll be a next time?
What are you, looking for trouble?
I'm sorry. I wanted to see what would happen if I tried to do something with you.
You need to get a sense of personal space.
I can't afford personal space. I need all the human contact I can get. You've got a loose thread.
Hey, hands off. I mean, I love it when anyone touches me, but not you.
Yes?
Just hoping some of your cool would rub off on me.
Get in line.
You pick up lefties, but realizing that you have... The Dart simulation plug-in was out of our price range. You pick up lefties. You rap loudly on the Naugahyde door.
Yeah? What's the password?
Swordfish?
Damn fool, have some originality.
Swordfish?
Damn fool.
Not a lot of ladies around here.
I know where we can find some sheep.
I'm not there yet. You've really got the boyish devil-may-care thing down, Tom. I'm jealous.
Well, it can't be learned.
I guess people don't mess around with you.
They misjudge me. For instance, just because I know 1001 ways to inflict pain on the human body doesn't mean I like to hurt people.
I suddenly have to go.
I get that a lot.
How's it hanging?
By the angle of the dangle and the heat of the meat. Ha ha ha.
Classy.
Have a seat at the bar first. What do you think this is? Some dive even cruddier than this?
You must be tired. You've been running through my mind all day.
I know, but you keep following me anyway.
So, Michael, you know any good pickup lines?
I don't need lines. I speak from the heart and my mouth.
You are a Renaissance man.
It's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt that you're Larry. It doesn't understand basic English. It probably only understands basic. It's better to remain silent and be... You take a seat on an available bar stool.
Hello?
What'll it be?
I want to do some serious damage. Give me a vodka.
Przechodziłem trochę.
That'll be $5, please.
You flip $5 onto the counter. You don't drink the vodka. Instead, you carry it around in the shot glass because you simply never know when you'll need a shot of vodka.
Hello?
What'll it be? Are you sure? It'll cost you $90.
Hello?
What'll it be? I ain't selling no sissy drinks here. Try again.
Hello?
What'll it be?
May I please have a glass of your delicate white Zinfandel, sir?
Hey, was that your voice?
That'll be $5, please.
You flip $5 onto the counter. You delicately sip the wine until it's all gone.
I find this impudent and sassy with the slightest hint of impertinence.
Suddenly, you feel a little woozy.
Hello?
What'll it be?
You mean to say you're playing Leisure Suit Larry and all you want is light beer?
Hello?
What'll it be?
Hey, give me a mug of beer.
That'll be $5, please.
You flip $5 onto the counter. You down the beer in your pseudo-macho style and slam the mug back on the bar. This one tastes even better than the last. Don't you think one more seems like a good idea?
Hello?
What'll it be?
I'll have a glass of your fine well whiskey.
That'll be $5, please.
You flip $5 onto the counter. You don't drink the whiskey, but instead decide to carry it with you wherever you go, precariously balanced in an open shot glass.
Hello?
What'll it be?
Give me a mug of beer.
That'll be $5, please.
You flip $5 onto the counter. You down the beer in your pseudo-macho style and slam the mug back on the bar. This one tastes even better than the last. Don't you think one more seems like a good idea? What's a hot babe like that doing in a miserable, smelly, broken-down joint like this?
Hey, Bub, just keep that kind of narration to yourself.
You feel a little lightheaded. You're unsure if you'll be able to walk straight.
Kurwa.
Your breath is repugnant. Your breath is bad. That hit the spot. You know, you must be my only friend in the whole world. So, I'm gonna give you my only possession, all I got in the world. Besides, what's a guy like me need with a coaster? I mean, what am I, high society? Yeah, baby.
He's a poor little lamb who has lost his way, and also his bladder control. You know many of this beer's slogans. When you say pud, you've said enough. You didn't know Lefty was into boxing. You didn't know Lefty. It's an old sign from a loading zone. It's a beer sign playing off the Busch Beer slogan, Busch Beer gives you great head, swallow after swallow. The area is littered with empty beer kegs. There is a tiny label on each keg that says, Grade B, notice contains brewery sweepings.
That's the best part.
There is a single lovely, long-stemmed red rose in a delicate bud vase standing incongruously on a keg. It's a girly lamp like you'd find in any swingin' bachelor's rumpus room. This is one of those gag rifle displays. When you clap or press the button, the gun starts wiggling like a fish and then shoots you in the chest. It's a poster of supermodel Sweet Cheeks Marie Bonds, a model with a thing for men in uniform. You didn't know Lefty was into boxing? It's a poster of supermodel B. Wankmeister. For her work entertaining the troops, she earned the slogan, "The face that erected 1,000,000 pup tents." It's a puzzle. See if you can decode it yourself. The op art design on the rug appears to make it move. Oh, wait a minute. That's the cockroaches. It smells like guys who think with their dinks. You chew on a bit of one of the boxes.
The corrugated cardboard really tickles my tongue.
They smell like bad times at the brewery. You stick your tongue through the grill and taste the fan blades. They taste like, I can't believe it's not motor oil. The snozberries taste like snozberries. The poster is tasteless, don't you think? It has a candy-ish, medicinal, sophisticated flavor. It smells like 1,000,000 noses have been pressed against it. Thoughts of romance are awakened as the scent of the red rose reaches your nostrils. It smells like melamine. It's got that new formaldehyde smell. It smells like melamine. Suddenly you crave Chinese food. That's the smell of a bathroom door that has never been cleaned. It smells like fish, and that's entirely appropriate. Standing on your tiptoes, you manage to nibble a bit of the ratalope.
It tastes like chicken.
Remember, this game is set in the 80s, so that's the first time anyone's ever said that. It's a rat with antlers. Lefty caught it up in the rafters. It's a puzzle. See if you... Some say Lefty used to have a floating poker game in his back. Piles of magazines sit on the floor. These cartons of asbestos ceiling tiles were in a flood, so they're moldy and caked with dried sewage. You can't get closer to death in a box. The bathroom is well stocked with Growling Lumberjack brand number 60 coarse grit toilet paper. The bathroom is well stocked with these cartons of asbestos. You can't get close. This toilet looks disgusting on the outside, but you have to look past the surface putrefaction and try to see its inner virulence. The porcelain has that glazed look. Hey, just like you. And everything you eat for breakfast. Someone has also left a piece of jewelry here. You look closely in the mirror.
In this light, I can really see the blackheads. All right.
Score.
Yeah, baby.
You can't open it. It just hangs there mocking you. Of course, you're used to things just hanging there mocking you. You carefully inspect the walls for sliding panels, hidden safes, and unusual pixels. You find nothing. People should stay as far away from these boxes as possible, which is a shame because it's a tiny room and people have to use it all the time. Buried under the usual skin mags are some real collector's items. One of them is juicy Japanese and Jewish. Buried under the usual skin mags are some real collector's items. One of them is 70 and still spunky. Buried under the usual skin mags are some real collector's items. One of them is Goofus and Gallant's Guide to Swinging. Buried under the usual skin mags are some real collector's items. One of them is Balmy Ishmael. Buried under the usual skin mags are some real collector's items. One of them is Vanilla Sex Monthly's 200 techniques your partner won't try. Buried under the usual skin mags are some real collector's items. One of them is Make Mine Menstruating.
Kurwa, nic się warowie nie pokrywa.
Buried under the usual skin mags are some real collector's items. One of them is Mother's Jugs on Speed.
Mother Jugs on Speed. What the hell?
Buried under the usual skin... People should stay as... You're already well wiped. Thank God. You grab an ancient copy of Flutter, the magazine of nude skydiving, and settle in to sit and think.
Aj, chyba kupię ją, kurde, chyba ona po 7 zł czy po 14 bym kupił.
You feel a great relief. What's that aroma? You carefully inspect the walls for sliding panels, hidden safes. You're already well wiped. You give yourself a quick pat-down.
Got my wallet, got my breath spray, and I'm filled with Vitamin Larry. Come and get me, ladies!
Carefully finishing your duties, you wipe and toss the newspaper behind the toilet for the next user. You've got two choices, hot water or cold water.
Oh, I hate making decisions.
You've got two choices. Oh, you can't open it. Of course, you're already...
I'm just wasting my breath talking to you, aren't I? I'm just wasting my breath...
You briefly consider yodeling in the stagnant water.
I'm just wasting my breath talking... I'm just wasting my breath... I'm just wasting my breath talking...
Your breath is your breath.
This door is permanently nailed shut. You'll just have to wait for a sequel to find out what's behind it. It's totally out of reach, which is just as well. Lefty isn't insured. You deftly pluck the rose.
Yeah, baby.
The lamp is useless without its shade, or even with it. There's no conceivable way. You try to pull up the rug. Not only doesn't it move, it's incredibly... Even empty, these are too heavy for you to move. This isn't one of those fish that flops and sings. It just hangs there and you can't do anything with it. A feeling not entirely unfamiliar to you. That's not how a bathroom door works. You pee into the toilet. Great. You hit the top, the seat, the tank, everything but the bowl. You're getting warm. Try to the left a couple of feet. Lower and to the left, please. Just where do you think you are? At home? Just where do you think you are? At home? In bed? With porn? The magazines have already seen their share of those. You pee into the toilet.
Not a lot left just now.
You're running on fumes, Larry.
50 000.
Despite the harsh glow of the lamps, the crime has light-absorbing properties that keep the room feeling dim. You can't reach the lights, but that's just as well, since you would weld your flesh. Buried under the usual... People should stay as far away... People should stay... turn on the hot tap. Immediately, steam starts to chug from the spigot. Technically, steam is invisible. This is water vapor, but nobody likes a narrating smartass. You notice some writing in the mirror.
Ken sent me. That could be important. I'll have to remember it.
You grab a scrap of toilet paper and, cleverly chewing one of your fingernails to the quick, you scrawl the words Ken sent me in blood on the paper. You turn off the hot tap and the mist slowly clears.
Ja pierdzielę. Ale daleko jestem. Kurwa.
Your breath. Your
Ale daleko jestem. Ja pierdzielę.
Hey, dork. You got toilet paper stuck to your shoe. Ha ha ha.
How many dead teeth do you have in that mouth anyway?
Your generous offer of a beautiful rose nets you one raised eyebrow, nothing more. Apparently this person isn't into botany. Your generous offer of a beautiful rose nets you one... Your generous offer of a... Your generous offer... Your generous offer... Your generous... Your generous... You can't just walk around proposing to everyone. Wait till someone asks you for a ring. You can't just walk around...
Ken sent me?
At the moment, there's nobody behind the door who can hear you. No one can hear you. You rap loudly on the Naugahyde door.
Yeah. What's the password?
You read off the strange password you discovered in the John.
Ken sent me?
Come on in.
Kurwa, jak daleko.
Ah, you recognize this setup from a number of art films you've viewed. The gentleman before you is basically working the front desk. His employee is upstairs, waiting to provide quick expert services to a discriminating clientele.
Wow, man. Every time you open your mouth, it's like an angel dies.
Nie no, co ty? Nie. Kur... Pierdolę.
You give yourself a quick pat down.
Got my wallet, got my breast. Come and get...
You wind up the teeth. They immediately make a sad winding down sound and barely jiggle.
Rip off.
Don't touch it. You don't know what it's been. You're straight, Larry. You don't enjoy touching someone else's rooster. You've already got it memorized. These kegs are full of beer. You can't take them or tap them. You'd need a ladder and a reason, neither of which you have, and neither of which you'll find. You stroke the moose.
Nice, Moosey. There's a good Moosey.
The moose snorts gently. Larry, you have such a gentle way with wild animals. And for a change, you're using that power for good instead of evil. Since nobody seems to be using it, you glom the remote.
Yeah, baby.
You gingerly poke around in the pile, looking for something useful. To your great relief, you find nothing. These days, carrying around one of these calendars will immediately peg you as a troglodyte. You're trying to keep that a secret. The cabinet is locked. Butt bottles are highly collectible and very valuable. But since you don't know that, it's useless to you. Forget about it. It's just a junky old poster. Let it molder in peace. Someone still has some unpacking to do. It leads back out to the bar. That's some impressive tale.
Well, someone's gotta say it. That's one handsome moose ass.
If you only had a dime for every time you said that. The kegs are apparently taking over the building. Lefties used to have bowls of free nuts at the bar, provided by these nuts, TM, in exchange for promotional consideration. Note, the TM trademark symbol is a registered trademark of Trademark Registry, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Copyright Registered Trademarks, LLC. These are all copies of the Kama Sutra, the third collegiate edition. You can't believe all the crap Lefty collects. The old clattering teeth trick really breaks the ice at parties, especially if you party with a lot of 6-year-olds. Someone still has some It's the head of a cock. What? What did I say? It's the head of a cock. What? What did I say? Whoever shaved this pussy didn't finish the job. It's one of those tasteful calendars that the tool companies put out. This old TV is in sad shape. The on-off and channel dials are missing. How can you even turn it on? On a stand in the corner is the infamous butt bottle, introduced in 1972 by Lowbrow Beverage Company as packaging for their first flavored vodka. The less said about that vodka, the better. There's a cabinet filled with a wide variety of sex toys, no doubt for the use of customers. The cabinet appears to be locked tight with a combination lock. I wonder what the artist was getting at. There are no working controls on the TV set, and no good reason to take it.
Say, calendar babe, if your right leg is Thanksgiving and your left leg is Christmas, can I come up and see you between the holidays?
That scored a 12 on the pathetomometer. Remember how, after that incident with the mannequin at Victoria's Secret, you promised to give up talking to inanimate objects?
You look stuffed.
Remember how, after that incident with the mannequin...
Well.
but... Remember how, after that incident with...
Well, these are kind of animated if you wind them up.
But we're not letting you do that. Remember how, after that incident with the mannequin at Victoria's Secret, you promised to give up talking to inanimate objects? Remember how... Remember how... You're already in the back room, Larry. You can stop talking to doors. Remember how after... Remember how...
So, what time do you knock off work? I'd love to learn to play your scales, baby.
Talking to your TV set is one of the first symptoms.
Open, damn you!
Yeah, that always works.
You've got buns of porcelain.
You unzip for a moment just to experience the feel of cool Naugahyde against your manhood. For crying out loud, have some respect for the printed word. Can't you keep that thing tucked away?
I can't.
Can't you keep that...
I can't help it. It likes the open air.
We're drawing the line at coprophilia. What are you, nuts? This thing goes off accidentally. It could nip you to death at 40 chomps per second.
Ooh, cold, 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 cold.
You're not anatomically equipped to mate with that thing. The whole point of this trip was so that you could stop doing things like that. You take a quick pistachio on the poster. Can't you keep that thing tucked away?
I can't help it. It likes the...
You don't feel like getting a beak job. None of the holes in the TV look the least bit enticing or safe. You're not into kiddie porn. Careful, Larry. She'll give you a paper cut. Remember the last time you did that to a liquor bottle, Larry?
Who knew the wait would be so long at the ER?
You briefly consider unzipping and trying to squeeze it through the cabinet. Then you recall that incident at the zoo at the Komodo dragon display and all the stitches that entailed. Then you recall that incident at the bank, at the teller's cage, and all the legal expenses that entailed. You decide to err on the side of caution.
Hey, look at that. It's like a man's penis, only a lot smaller.
It smells like four-color ink, clay-coated paper, and the captured souls of all men who gaze upon her. It smells like cheap shaving cream and old Sunday newspapers. It smells like hay, feathers, and Cowper's fluid. Look it up. You lick the gagged teeth. They taste like they've never been flossed. Quick, whip out your Leisure Suit Larry scratch and sniff card and scratch number 4. If you purchase this game digitally, or if there's no scratch and sniff card in your game box, you may purchase replacement cards for only $249.99. Right-click or left-click on anything to continue your in-app purchase. Your purchase is complete. Thank you. Publisher's note, there is no scratch and sniff card. There is no in-app purchase. This is all a joke. Please send angry mail directly to Al Lowe. It smells like vacuum tubes nearing the end of their useful life. They smell like red tape. They smell like library paste and curry-scented yonis.
Primo vinyl.
The smell is tantalizingly familiar. A person of lower breeding would make a joke about it.
It's a chocolate mousse.
You lick one of the kegs. It tastes like the delivery man had itchy polyps. It smells like raw nuts. What did you expect? He smells like he wears l'air du temps, but not today. It smells like that paint-by-numbers set of Venus Rising that you had when you were a kid. The one you could never finish because your hand would start shaking when you got to the good parts. It still has that new sex toy cabinet smell. You inhale very deeply from the butt bottle, so hard that you can practically feel little things flying up your nostrils. This could be trouble, Larry. It still has that... You inhale...
It smells like spider eggs.
This could be trouble, Larry, but you'll no doubt ignore it. It smells like four-color ink, clay-coated paper. They smell... There are no working control. These days, carrying around one of these... You're trying to keep that a secret.
Say, calendar, babe.
That's scored a...
What's happening, man?
Just hanging out.
What's upstairs?
Nothing you'll ever get to see.
Why? What is it?
It's a woman, little man, and she's too much for you. You're not getting by me. Just put it out of your head.
Well, that just makes me want to go up there even more, right? Makes me want to figure out a way to get past you.
You're new at this, aren't you?
Don't toy with his affections. Don't toy with... Stop blocking my view. You can't do anything but admire its... The rooster is just eye candy for people with demented eyes. You have nothing that requires pre-chewing. Until you find the... No, there are no loose corn kernels in this game. Unless you have a bookmark in the shape of the Congress of the Cow, you have nothing appropriate to use with these books. Anything you put in these cartons is bound to be forgotten forever. The kegs don't do anything. They just sit there and look pretty. Like you, dear player. The tail hasn't interacted with anything in a long, long time, and this end of the moose isn't looking for input. Don't toy with it. You offer your vodka to Prodigious P, but he barely glances at it. He's more of a champagne and clamato kind of guy. Stop blocking my view. You offer the coaster to Prodigious Prodigious P, and he gives you a momentary look of disgust, as if to say, "Thank you for your generous offer, but I'm not in need of a coaster right now, little man. I wish there was something good on TV." Prodigious P knows the remote is dead. That's his whole problem. Don't toy with his You whip out your wallet and offer your money to Prodigious P.
Your money's no good here, little man. Put it away.
But I'm a paying customer.
Look, little man, I'll be honest with you. My girl upstairs isn't my best representative, you know. She may be a little bit past her prime. She may be a little too strung out, a little too spotty. She may be a little contagious. She may have scabies and rabies and crabs. She's got a history of saying yes to every mouth-breathing, lice-infested man, woman, and animal she's ever set her eyes on. But even she's got standards.
Prodigious P already knows the password. How do you think he got back here? That's not the person with chronic halitosis. You offer your vodka to Prodigious. That just doesn't look right on the TV. These stairs must lead to the second floor. That's would-be recording artist and full-time pimp, Prodigious P. He seems to be looking at the TV with frustration. There's a cabinet filled with a wide... The cabinet appears... It still has that news...
Step away, little man. You're not my girl's type.
What'd you let me in the room for, then?
I surround myself with socially inept people. It stems from a need to overcompensate for my deep-seated low self-esteem.
You rap loudly on the Naugahyde door.
Yeah? What's the password?
You read off the strange password you discovered in the John.
Ken sent me?
You'll find a better use for that sooner or later.
A, bookshelf. To nie wiem, sobie odładować konto.
You're straight, Larry. You don't enjoy touching someone else's rooster. You finger the pimp's outrageous threads.
You like Prodigious P's style? Of course you do. You got style too. Just that yours is a little more, dweebitated.
You give yourself a quick
Got my wallet, got my common gas.
You open up, they're all full of tax code manuals related to... You open up and examine the contents of the carton. They're all full of tax code manuals related to the running of a legal brothel. You open up and examine the contents of the carton. They're all full of tax code manuals related to the running of a legal brothel. You open up and examine the contents of the carton. They're all full of tax code manuals related to the running of a legal brothel. You've already got it memorized. You open up and examine the contents of the carton. They're all full of tax code manuals related to the running of a legal brothel. The cabinet is locked. Butt bottles are highly collectible. You offer your vodka.
What are you, some kind of white Russian? I don't drink that swell. That beautiful swell. What are...
That's what I'm talking about. Breath that literally kills.
That's not the person with chronic halitosis. You give the babe another...
I'm sorry. I just have to say it again. You smell amazing. You smell like cotton candy, a warm day on the beach, soft flannel sheets, and spring all rolled into one.
Radio Girl perfume. $2 a gallon at Woolworths.
You can't just walk around. All you can do with this doorway is use it.
It's lovely, but I don't know you well enough to get engaged.
You hand the drunk $1.
Hey, buddy. You're very you're very generous. But you know, what I could really use is a good stiff belt.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
You look worse than I do.
I'm a little down on my luck.
You smell worse than I do, too.
I have some problems.
Yeah, well, you're making them everyone's problems. Here, maybe this'll put you back on your feet. Use it for whatever you need. And cheer the hell up. You're bringing everybody down.
Thank you, Bum. I guarantee I'll put this to good use.
That's what they all say the first time. And the name is Roddy Kontiki, not Bum.
Lefties has withstood bar fights, break-ins, and extended hostage situations. It can certainly take anything you can... You give yourself a quick pat down.
Got my comment?
You pick up left...
Keep your hands off of me. For all I know, you've been touching one of them computer keyboards. Phil...
Hello?
What'll it be? I ain't selling no sissy.
Hello?
What'll it be?
I want to do some serious damage. Give me a vodka.
That'll be $5, please.
You flip $5 onto the counter. Since you can only balance one open glass of vodka at a time, you toss this one down immediately. Suddenly, you feel a little woozy.
Hello?
What'll it be?
I'll have a glass of your fine well whiskey.
That'll be $5, please.
You flip $5 onto the counter. You don't drink the whiskey, but instead decide to carry... You feel a little lightheaded. You're unsure if you'll be able to walk straight. Shaking your head, you finally clear away the cobwebs and are once again able to walk in your standard Studley style. It feels oddly It feels...
More.
Hello?
What'll it be?
I'll have a glass of your fine well whiskey.
That'll be $5, please.
I'm afraid I'm a little short.
Lefty ignores the obvious setup line and gently places a hand on the baseball bat behind the bar.
Oh, a deadbeat, eh? Hey, how'd you like to meet Woody, my pal from Louisville? I think the two of you would hit it off just great.
You sheepishly give the drink back to Lefty. You can't just walk around...
Ale tu chociaż mu...
You don't have enough money. Please don't leave that where some idiot in a white leisure suit is bound to step on it.
Nie, ale kupię sobie, kurde. Remake.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Mr. Kontiki.
Didn't work out so well, did it?
I was making progress.
That's what they all say. The second time.
Thank you again.
A sense of foreboding washes over your heart when your eyes slowly examine this dark alley that seems to be just outside every public area in Lost Wages. Larry, didn't your mother ever warn you about going into dark alleys?
No kurde! Pierdziel! What the fuck? Jasne. O kurde, kupuję. Kupuję.
Larry, didn't your... Lost Wages... Larry, didn't... You peer inside the storm drain. There's nothing inside it worth fishing out. You're alone down here, while somebody up there is probably having fun. But true love is undoubtedly just around the corner. Or so you've been telling yourself every 5 minutes for the last 30 years.
Hello? Anybody down there?
Nobody but us evil clowns.
Nawiązanie do i.
Hello? Anybody down there?
Nobody but us evil clowns.
Wow, Larry, there's a little bit of animal in you after all. Small, hairless, and pathetic, but an animal nonetheless. It's got a refreshing rainwater and evil clown smell. You relieve yourself into the storm drain. That should kill a few rats.
Wiem, że muszę zagrać, to na pewno. Chcę postawić kolejkę.
It feels... Hello, Mr. Kontiki, sir.
I think you're beginning to take advantage of my good nature.
It wasn't my fault.
That's what they all say. The third time.
Thanks again. It's really good to know you're around.